Stephen King's The Shining. This is the second Stephen King book I've ever read. I'm not a huge horror fan, but this was interesting. It took a lot of themes from the I Am Legend book. I Am Legend was written in the 50s, and this was much newer, so I actually read it in a large empty house at night, mostly at night, while we're on vacation down in North Carolina. So I don't recommend doing that route, but it was a captivating story. It kept me wanting to read and find out what happens next. I've never seen the movie, so I didn't have any prior knowledge or expectations. This was pretty intense. I didn't connect too deeply with the main character at the time. I didn't have any children. I did have a wife, but we didn't live up in the mountains or anything like that, and we weren't quite as isolated. But when I did read this, I was not home alone, but we were in a vacation home, and it was just very empty. So I don't recommend reading it at night, but it really was less like a jump scare, more of like an isolation type of thing, how the family dealt with being all alone and cooped up, and the main character takes to drinking, and really there's a little bit more, it becomes more. The wooden mallet becomes a theme, the parties, the dancing, the confetti. It's hard to tell what's an illusion and what's not. The son plays a big role, and really the whole family, like the dynamic of like wanting to support the family, but then yet, so I liked that it was an old rickety house that kind of added to the, I think added to the mystique. Everyone's been in an old rickety house kind of thing, but this was a hotel, and so it kind of adds to the empty rooms and the double the floors and stuff. The boiler room, yeah, wow, and the shed. So good parts. I not a huge horror fan, but I did enjoy this. I only read horror every once in a great while, and like I said, I did this kind of at night, so I actually don't recommend doing that. 659 pages and 56 chapters. The chapters were good size, made me want to keep reading. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I was actually surprised at myself. I was unsure if I would take to the horror or not, but it went by really fast. So the only other Stephen King book I've read is Skeleton Crew, and it kind of has like short stories, whereas this is one continuous story all the way through. I was able to stick with it. I didn't feel like I was drudging through any parts. I was able to picture myself in that giant hotel. I don't think I've ever been in an empty hotel, but I was definitely able to picture the scene, and it really was just very descriptive. Stephen King does just such a great job. I like it, would recommend it. If you don't want to read a 650-page book, there is a movie. I've never seen it, but this got me. It was an interesting week. Those nights, those dreams were very interesting. So I recommend this book, but again, it's horror, so know what you're getting into. Stephen King's The Shining. Buy your books used if you can.